How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Stephanie.
Hello.
What are you
Gabby.
doing here?
Here I am.
Okay, Stephanie's here joining Go Natural English and me, Gabby, as you know, for a special series of question and answers. Stephanie's awesome. She has over 10 years of teaching experience.
And so do you.
And I do too.
Yeah.
This is true. So 20 years, over 20 years
Yeah.
of experience right here in this room, in this episode, in this video.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Masters in TESOL. TESOL
Yeah.
is teaching English to speakers of other languages. You.
Right.
We both have one of those.
Yeah.
And a master's in African studies.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. It's fun.
So I have a question from a Go Natural English audience member. How can I practice English if I don't live in an English-speaking country? I've gotten this question several times. I think it's a big concern, and maybe you've thought about this as well. Like, how can I practice if there's nobody around me who is speaking English?
Yeah.
You know?
That is hard to do. It's true, but it's possible.
It's totally possible.
Yeah.
One thing I want to let you know about just before we answer is if you would like to learn about how to learn English, I have a sample free course for you at gonaturalenglish.com/7steps.
Yeah.
Number 7, STEPS.
Yes.
So after you watch this episode, go check that out.
Yes. Check it out.
Awesome.
It's really good.
Yeah. So, okay, how to practice English if you're not around native English speakers. One thing is to consider yourself a resource, right? It sounds funny, but you can think in your native language or in English. So I'm sure like throughout the day, you think thoughts in a language, right? So I think about, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I doing today? What do I think about this, that, and the other thing? But why not think those thoughts in English? Why not push yourself to think about your day and what you're going to do or your opinions? Why not do that in English?
Right.
What do you think?
No, I think that's really good advice. I think that it's hard to do, but it is possible to force yourself to think in English. And, some other really good advice is to record yourself, listen to yourself speaking English, and try to find, a native speaker maybe to give you some feedback, which through Go Natural English, you actually can do that. You can actually, record yourself, and you will have a teacher who responds to your recording and tells you what you need to work on, and it's awesome.
Thanks for mentioning that, because that's a feature through the Fluent Communication course where you can record your speaking, and as you said, a teacher gives you feedback about your pronunciation, your vocabulary, your grammar, like everything.
Yeah.
And I interviewed the current students, and they all are telling me they love this feature.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They love it, because if you're a busy professional, you can do it anytime, and you don't have to worry about like making sure you have hours of free time where you can sit down and focus and do like a meeting time. It's on your time. So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's a really cool feature.
And
I'm
also
glad you
the private Facebook groups that you get when you sign up for the course is really awesome, because you connect with other international students from around the world who are learning English. You practice your English there. You interact with the teachers. It's really great.
I think it helps you to learn how to think in English, because when you are chatting in English, when you're thinking about expressing your opinions or just talking about your day, that will help you to see how other people are doing it and how you can start thinking more in English too. Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Sometimes I forget to mention about how awesome the Go Natural English premium courses are.
Yeah, no, it's really great. And I think it's like you said, the students love it. They have a lot of great, testimonials about their experience. And it's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy to hear that, and I hear from the students too that they love it. So I'm just thinking, what else? Think in English. Try to talk to yourself in English. Record yourself in English. You said that already. But really just don't forget that you yourself are a great resource for your English. Right?
And also, there's so many videos out there. Obviously, you're watching this one.
Yeah, congratulations.
But, turn on the subtitles so you can, watch the words on a screen as you listen to native speakers speak. And then, take notes, so have your notebook out, be an active listener. Don't just listen and let it like passively, fly over you. You're not going to retain or keep a lot of the words unless you write them down and, maybe stop it, go back, listen again, write down again what they said.
Repeat what they said.
Yeah, be active.
Yeah. We were talking about this and I had this image in my mind that when you listen without being an active listener, it's sort of like looking at food when you're hungry but not eating it. So like you don't get full.
Yeah, like you look at the food to like expect to get full.
Yeah.
But
like why is this food not going into my stomach? I'm looking at it really
I love
hard.
That. So
but
true.
You have to take action, right? You have to take it and you have to yum, yum, yum. You have
to. And this is both for listening and reading.
Yes.
So both of those. You have to be actively listening and actively reading. Yeah. You can't just read something and expect that all that new vocabulary is just going to, soak into your brain. It doesn't work like that. You have to really take the time. When you're reading, don't look up every new word because you'll go crazy. And it'll take you like 10 years to read a book. Totally. But, maybe every couple pages you learn a new word. You guess the context from the, the words around it.
Same with listening. You can
but you take notes. Like you write down like questions about the reading. You reflect on it like, oh, I remember a situation when I, had the same experience or something, relating to the reading or the listening is really important too.
You mentioned about listening or watching with the text. So like you're watching this episode, you can turn on the subtitles. You can click on CC for closed captioned or subtitles. Also, in the Go Natural English courses, we have the text of conversation. So like you hear a native speaker conversation and you can read along with it.
Yeah.
And I make sure that they're correct. So it's not like some text or transcripts that might not be quite
some
right.
YouTube videos are weird if you click on the subtitles.
But because it's automatic.
Like the Go Natural English ones are like done professionally. So
yeah, well, that's really good advice. So thinking, recording, listening, reading. We have so much advice. Like my head is swimming with everything. But I hope that this was helpful. Remember that you can try a free sample course at gonaturalenglish.com/7 steps. That's the best place to start.
Yes.
So I hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.